I'm not actually, my trainer is not actually like the owner of this property. I just did it for the aesthetic. Hey guys, it's Skymer here, and welcome back to another episode of my upcoming Scarlet and Violet Pokemon Tournament team reviews. In the last episode, we went over teams 13 through 15, which were the Falls Beach Party. Hatterene, get in your spot. Hatterene always likes to come with me everywhere because she likes to yell at anything that has to do with water, apparently. She's a drama queen. Miss Hatterene here. The Dreaded Squares, and an Artistic Adventure. So in this episode, we are going to be going over the next 3 teams in that category. And clearly I was not prepared because, once again, one of my Pokemon is not correct. And looky there, it's all fixed. Okay, so for team number 16, we have Mirror Match, is how I like to call it. So Mirror Match is going to be a theme, it's going to be a themed team around the idea of illusion. So we have 3 Dittos on this team that are going to be utilizing their hidden ability, Imposter, which allows them to instantly swap in and transform into the Pokemon that it is up against at that current time. I think that they're a lot better in terms of single battles because it's kind of harder to play around them, to be honest. And then I also have both forms of the Zoroark. And courtesy to my friend Gwen for giving me this version of it, which just looks absolutely sick. So really not a whole lot to go about this team, but I do want to go over the factor of this Pokemon here called Money Honey, my Goldingo. I have it equipped with the choice specs to make this Pokemon a real damage dealer on the special side, and I really wanted to come in with just a rainbow of moves that I can really select from. I do know that a lot of Goldingo players typically have Thunderbolt occupying one of these slots, or Trick to send a choice item over to the opponent on the first turn, so they get locked into a move instead. But I really wanted to go with Psyshock, since it is a special category move, so it's going to be taking in from the choice specs, it's going to be powered up from that. But it will allow it to have a move that targets physical defense if I know the opposing Pokemon is a very specially defensive Pokemon. So that was my personal thing. Really not a whole lot that I can go over on this team, considering Ditto can only learn one move until it transforms. So here is the team reviews. Okay, well, that was a very, very quick team review. Now heading on to the next place. Let's go. Alright, though, this view, though, overlooking all those beautiful windmills and that mountain in the distance, my goodness, this game knows how to put together some very, very beautiful sights. Alright, so, well, we won't get to look at it for very long, but take it in as we're, not in the box's screen. Alright, team number 17 is going to be called Loyally Lethal. And this team is going to be based around a lot of animal-based Pokemon, because if we know anything about animals, normally they have a combination of knowledge and instinct, just like humans do. But if there's anything that wild animals will know, it's that you don't mess with their babies, and you certainly don't mess with their family. So I really wanted that to be the basis of this team. So Arcanine is going to be actually a Pokemon that I am swapping to this team. This is not a second Arcanine. Because I went over Arcanine in a previous one, which was on the Artistic Adventure team. But I have swapped that out for another Intimidate user in Aqua the Masquerain. So I can try to utilize some cool things with Aqua. In addition, I also took away Ice-Skew from the team to put in Satitan. It always sounds like he's just groaning, like he's so sick of being stuck in a box. Well, you know what? Maybe eventually you'll get out of the box, Satitan. But I really wanted the team to have another very offensive threat. It also answers the terrains with that Ice Spinner, so I really wanted to just put a couple of little tweaks on certain teams. And I thought that Arcanine having Intimidate and having this Grass Terra with Howl as a good support move for a team with a lot of physical attackers could be really nice to have. So there are 2 Howl users on this team, and that is with Zuko, my Arcanine, and Toph, my Lycanroc. So, in combination with this Hardstone, it is a very, very powerful Pokemon when you get that Howl going on it as well. So, it's based on being able to raise your own attack power while utilizing some Intimidate abilities with Mabostiff and Arcanine to lower the physical attack of your opponents. This is also a very rare instance that I'm using a duplicate Pokemon in Suki, my Indeedee. Because this one is going to be the Psychic Surge Psychic Seed combo. I do know there's a lot of priority moves, and Psychic Terrain prevents any Pokemon from utilizing priority moves. So I know that it takes out Extreme Speed, it takes away Fake Out on Tightly, it takes out Accelerock on Lycanroc. But to be honest with you, if that's the worst that I'm getting, I don't really mind it. And it's not like that I have the Terrain Extender on Indeedee anyway, and I can swap it in if I feel like it's dangerous to keep priority moves around. So it's really not too bad of an experience overall. So, all in all, here is the team reviews. One final team to go over, and then we are on our way to our final episode of this thing. I will figure out where exactly I'm going in just a minute. Alright, here we are at a very autumnal looking place. This is such a beautiful, beautiful area on Sokarat Trail. So, let's go over team number 18. And this team is going to be called the Mech Masters. So, and also Mech Masters is a name that my coworker came up with. So thank you to that coworker, you know who you are, for helping me come up with this amazing name for them. So, I really wanted to have a team that based around all, well, I guess I'm missing one of them because I think there's 7 future forms. But I could only pick 6 for this one, and I'm leaving one of them out, which is Iron Moth. But each one of these particular Pokemon has really, really interesting traits. Their signature ability is called Quark Drive. If a Pokemon is holding booster energy or it has electric terrain set on the field, it boosts its most prominent stat. This is a very, very cool mechanic, and it really allows you to figure out how you want to build your different Pokemon. I know that typically with Iron Hands, I see a ton of them with attack buffs, but I wanted to try making a tankier one since I have access to Belly Drum. The user maximizes its attack stat but loses HP equal to half its max HP. So you eat a citrus berry to heal up about half of that damage after you Belly Drum, and you have maxed out attack, and then you heal the rest up with Drain Punch. It's a very, very cool synergy between Belly Drum and Drain Punch. I have definitely seen that one a lot, especially when doing like terror raids and stuff. Iron Valiant is a mixed attacker and is very, very aggressive. I have this one with a special attack Quark Drive, and it is going to come along with Moonblast as its most signature move. Iron Bundle is the really, really fast one, and I actually was going to have choice specs on it, but I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give it something different. Because with Flip Turn, I don't want it to have that. So I might make this my terrain extender Pokemon, since it's really going to be able to get out a lot of those electric terrains without being outsped. Iron Thorns is a very interesting one. So this Pokemon is quad weak to ground. Electric is weak to ground, and Rock is weak to ground. So I really wanted to make this thing a Flying Terra to look to scout out those ground type moves and then nullify them, and then be able to make use of Terra Blast. This is also a attack buffing Iron Thorns, which is I'm very happy about that. Iron Shreds utilizes a combo between Rollout and Defense Curl. If you use Defense Curl before you use Rollout, Rollout will already start off at an increased power level. So you don't have to worry about the super weak damage coming out of the first Rollout, which really allows it to potentially be a sweeper and a tank at the same time. And then finally, Iron Jugulus. I know that its Terra might look a little strange wait, no, I'm sorry, it's nature, not its Terra. Its nature might look a little odd, but it was the only way that I could get a special defense buff out of one of the Pokemon, and I wanted to make it happen, because I already have attack buff, defense buff, and special attack buff, and speed buff. So I was like, come on, I gotta have at least one Pokemon that has a special defense proficiency. So I had to go to Iron Jugulus. But even if it is minus special attack, if it uses Hyper Voice, it will trigger its Throat Spray to increase its special attack. So maybe that will offset the debuff to its special attack initially. So, just one more go around, and then we're good to go. All right, the sun is setting on this wonderful team review episode, but I really wanted to say a huge thank you for everyone for watching these videos, and for listening to me rant about Pokemon teams that I put together only like slightly competitively, and that's it. This was Skymer, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Bye, guys.